knee issues or anything like that, please do take the class at your own pace. Don't force yourself into anything that doesn't work for you. If you've got any wrist issues, we will be doing some down dogs and that kind of thing. So any wrist issues, please also modify. Come down to all fours if you need throughout the class. So a couple little tips for you there. Beautiful, making sure I've got my class plan there, which will be handy. So, coming up to the front of our mat, we're going to take a little roll out through the shoulders. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Good stuff. Sorry, just having a little tech moment. Sorry, guys. Staying standing at the front of your mat and take a little roll out through your shoulders while I sort this little minor tech problem. There we go. Taking a little roll out through your shoulders. Beautiful. And then maybe stepping it to the back of our mat. We're going to come down into a child's pose. Just to take a little stretch out through the low back. So bring the knees out nice and wide. Big toes to touch. And obviously take this as you need. Shouldn't be too much pressure through the ankles. So if you've got any ankle issues, you can keep your hips a little bit higher to prevent any pressure on the ankles. But obviously you do you and do what works for you. You can come to a seated position as well if that works better for you. So if it's okay, sinking the hips nicely back towards your heels. Take a little hip opener. Let the arms come forward on your mat. Now wherever you are here, you want your forehead to be supported. So your forehead is down on your mat. If you can't reach the mat with your forehead, please bring your hands underneath your forehead, just like so, just to give you a little bit of support. If you've got a block or something like that, you can also use that. I'm going to take a couple more breaths here. Big deep breath out. And then slowly coming on up to all fours. I'm going to take a little stretch out here. So keep your shoulders down away from your ears here. And we're going to take a little twist side to side, just opening up through the side of the body. So looking around towards your hips. Look around towards your hips. You may bring the hips to the side slightly. Looking around. Let's go one more each side. One more look around. Coming back to center, we'll take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up, and then exhale, rounding through. That's it. Inhale, looking up, and exhale to round through. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Let's take one more here. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Take a little roll through the shoulders if you like. Maybe take this into a little funky cat-cow if you want, so mixing up your cat-cow. And slowly releasing here, walking the hands about half a step forward. We're going to push back up into our first down dog, so taking it nice and gently. If you'd prefer, you can stay here in cat-cow if that's better for your wrists. If you've got any wrist issues, you can also come up to the knuckles as well if that works better for you. So tucking the toes under here, we're going to push on back up to our first down dog. So taking a little pedal out through the feet here. That's it, bending one knee, pushing the opposite heel down. That's it, and then from here we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. A little bit different, we're going to come into a little dangling pose here. So bringing the hands to opposite elbows if that feels good. And just letting the whole body dangle down. Take a little nod, yes and no. Maybe a little sway from side to side if that feels good. And releasing the hands on down towards the mat. And take a little roll on up to stand. When you arrive, take a little roll through the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms on up. Exhale to fold. Or hands to heart center, sorry. Inhale, lifting on up. We're going to fold forward this time. So folding all the way forward. Taking a halfway lift here. Exhale to fold. You may choose to take a rag doll here. You may choose to bring the hands just behind your calves. A little bit of a back stretch here. Then release the hands, halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift on up. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or two here. Big deep breaths in. Inhale, lift the arms on up overhead. And then exhale to fold. Beautiful. From here, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands, walking the hands forward to the front of the mat. So we're going to come into our plank pose. Beautiful. Dropping the knees on down, and we'll take our first little round of chaturanga here, or modified chaturanga. So on your knees here for this first round, and lower down nice and slowly. Beautiful. Inhale to cobra, and then lower on down. One more. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale to lower. Beautiful. Plant the hands on down. Tuck the toes under if you like. We're going to push on back up to down dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to walk our feet forward to the front of the mat. Lift the heels on up. Walk the feet forward. Nice and slowly, taking a couple of steps to get there. Taking a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift on up. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up. Hands to heart center, folding forward. Taking a halfway lift here. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. Dropping the right knee down here. Inhale to lift on up. Coming into this hip flexor stretch, you can release the hands behind your back. Open your chest here perhaps, if that feels okay. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift on up. Straighten through the front leg slightly on your way through. If you like, you can take a little hamstring stretch. And then release the hands on down and stepping that left leg back to a high plank on the knees. So set yourself up for your second round of chaturanga here. Exhale, we lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, pushing back to either child's pose or down dog here. You have a choice. Taking a breath or two here. Little pedal out if that feels good. Beautiful. We lift up our right leg. We're going to step our right leg through here. So if you like, lift it up, option only. Bring the knee to the chest. Step it through towards your thumb. Beautiful. Once you've got that set up and you feel stable, we're going to lift on up to either a crescent lunge or a low lunge. So you can have your back knee on the floor if you prefer. Take another breath or two here. Exhale, hands coming on down towards the mat, stepping on forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, lifting on all the way up, bringing hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. So step it all the way back, drop that back knee down. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale, release the hands, take the hips forward and down, a little baby back bend, opening through the chest here, opening through that left hip flexor. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lift the arms on up. You can straighten that leg for that hamstring stretch on the way through if you want. Walking the hands forward. If you like, tuck the back toes. And we're going to step that right foot back. Plank on your knees. High to low plank. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. That's it. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes if you like. Down dog or child's pose. All the options. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift up left leg if you like. Bring knee to nose, stepping it through. You've got an option to drop that back knee if you like, or come up with me, crescent lunge. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Exhale, release the hands on down towards the mat, stepping it forward, taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, let's lift on up to the sky. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. Beautiful. Drop that knee down to the mat. Inhale to lift. And then exhale, release. Little baby back bend here. Open the chest. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hands. Maybe straighten through the front leg. Bring the weight forward. Tuck the toes. We step to our plank position. So you've got an option to stay on your knees if you prefer. Otherwise, you can come full length with me this time. Shoulders away from ears. Roll the body forward. Low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So in my up dog, core is super strong. Shoulders back and down. And pushing back to down dog. So in your up dog, your hips are actually lifted slightly off the floor and you're not just letting all your weight just fall down into your low back. Beautiful. From here, let's inhale, lifting up that right leg, if you're going for the leg lift, that is. Bring the knee to the nose, stepping it through. Lifting on up, crescent lunge. That's it. Nice. Take another breath or two here. Exhale, hands release on down to the mat, stepping it forward. Taking a halfway lift here. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right, left leg. We better go to the second side, right? Drop that knee on down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, open. Sink the hips forward and down. Chest opens. Beautiful. Inhale to lift. Straighten on the way through if you like. Roll the body forward. Stepping back to our plank. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra, strong core. Exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath or two or three here. That's it. Then inhale, lifting our left leg high to the sky. Knee to nose, stepping it on through. Inhale to lift on up. That's it. Another couple of breaths here. Exhale, hands coming on down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift and hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting the arms all the way up. Exhale to fold. That's it. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. That's it. Stepping back on the right leg. Beautiful. That's it. Inhale, take a little twist. Release the hand. We're going to step it back to high plank. High to low. We move on here. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful. Take a breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lifting the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring knee to nose, nice and controlled. Step it through. Lifting on up, crescent lunge. That's it. One more breath here. Drop the back heel down, coming into warrior one. So this may be a little bit of a challenge for the ankles. So the heel's dropping down at that 45-degree angle. Take whatever angle through the ankles works for you. If that means you're more here, that's absolutely fine as well. These poses are great for building ankle mobility and strength as well. So you want to keep your hips facing forward here. If that means you've got to keep your heel up, then that's fine as well. So bring the hands down behind your back. Take that little opener of the chest. You may not be down as far in a lunge as others. Open the chest. We fold forward. Humble warrior. So my chest is starting to drop down to the inside of my right knee. And I'm keeping my hips in line. So I'm not letting my right hip wing out to the side and turning my body to the side. I'm keeping everything facing forward. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lift on up. Windmill around, warrior two. Reset your legs if you need. Working through that front leg. Flip and reverse. Inhale, windmill all the way around. Lift up, crescent lunge. There's a method to my madness. A little bit of ankle stability here, right? And then coming on forward. Balancing into warrior three. If you need to keep a toe tapped on the floor, that's fine as well. If you need to bring your hands to heart center or behind you, that's fine as well. Take another breath here. Inhale, lift on up, release that back foot, warrior two. Flip, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Set your hands. Step your back leg forward. If you've got it there, either a yogi squat or a crow pose. So if you're going into crow, set your hands. We're going to have a couple of opportunities to practice this. Bring your knees to your triceps as much as you can and lift one foot at a time. Have a little play here. If not, you can come into whatever variation of yogi squat is working for you today. So I'm going to come into a toe squat and stretch out my Achilles a little bit here. And I'm going to come on up, keep my chest nice and tall and upright. Take another breath or two here. And then wherever you are, slowly releasing, pushing back up. Take a half lift, forward fold, and then inhale to lift on up. Taking hands to heart center here. Just sense where your body ended that flow. Is there anything you could improve for these next couple of rounds? Anything that could make this feel a little bit better? Inhale, let's lift on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. Beautiful. We'll take that little twist that we did on the other side here. Exhale, release it down, step it back to plank. High to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful. Taking your time with those. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Bring knee to nose, nice and controlled. Step it through. Inhale to lift, crescent. That's it. Drop the back heel down, warrior one. Whether you can stay as low through the knee and keep your hips facing forward is another matter. Beautiful. Bring the hands on down. Behind you, open through the chest. We take our humble warrior. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift on up, all the way around, warrior two. That's it. Flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Windmill that hand all the way up. Lift up, crescent lunge. Warrior three. So avoiding the wall here if you've got a wall in the way like I do. One more breath, two more breaths. Lift that back leg a little bit higher. One more breath. Exhale, release it on down. And open it on out. Flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Step that back foot forward. And we take our yogi squat or another chance to have a play with crow pose. Beautiful. And if you're in your yogi squat, take your variation. You can bring your legs a little bit wider. If you wanted, squat it down. You can also use a block or something like that as well. Use the elbows for a little bit of an opener here. And then when you're ready, lifting on back up. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift on all the way up. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Hands to heart center. Take your time here. We're going to come into that same flow again on both sides. Inhale, lift on up. Exhale to fold. Beautiful. Inhale, take halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. Beautiful. Followed by the left. Straight back into our plank. High to low. You can use your knees here if you need. Core is on. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, lifting on up. Right leg. Knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Exhale, drop that back heel. Hands come down, open and fold. That's it, humble warrior. Inhale, lift, open out, flip and reverse. Coming back to center, windmill it up. Mind your balance here. And we float. Warrior 3. Hands can come to heart center, or they can come down beside you to aeroplane pose. Take another breath or two here. Exhale, slowly release it down. Reverse our warrior 2 and flow the arms on down to the mat. Beautiful, lift the back heel, step it through. You know your options here. If you're coming a bit wider, you can take your crow pose again, or if you're coming a little bit wider with your feet, you may choose to use a block or a cushion or something like that just underneath your hips for a little bit of support. Might make this a little bit easier. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths here. If you're playing with your crow pose, come out. Take another breath or two here. Crow pose, bring your feet back down to the floor if they're not already. And bring the hands on down. Slowly bring your weight forward. Lift the hips up. Heel toe the feet into center if they've been out wide. Taking a halfway lift. Fold. And then inhale, lifting on up. Hands to heart center. Take another couple of breaths here. That's it. Inhale, lift the arms on up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. That's it, nice work. Step it back on the right, coming into our plank. Roll the body forward, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, back through to down dog. That's it. Nice work. Inhale, let's lift the right leg high, left leg high. We better go second side here, right? Bring the knee to the nose. Step it on through. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the back heel down. Warrior 1. Hands come down behind. Open the chest. Release the body forward. Ideally to the inside of your front knee. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift on up, pushing into that front leg, super strong. Flip and reverse. Coming back to center. Lift it on up. And we come into warrior 3. That's it. Nice work. Lift that back leg a little bit higher if you've got it. Challenging your balance here. Working the back of your body. Keep those back toes pointed down towards the floor. Don't let them wing up. Keep them down. One more breath here. Shoulders down away from ears. Keep the shoulders squeezing back. Release it down. Open out. Flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. You've got your options here. Step it forward, crow, or yogi squat. So you've got a couple of different options there now. Take your pick of what works best for you. Take another breath or two here. I personally really like this toe squat because it gives my Achilles, back of my calf, bottom of my calves, and the soles of my feet a little bit of a stretch out as well. Bring the hands on down to the mat. Lift on up. Take a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift on all the way up, bringing hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. We're going to move into a little balance sequence here. So we are going to take a dancer's pose today. So if you've got a strap from your yoga mat or a towel or a belt or something like that, feel free to reach out and grab that now and have it by your mat. So we're not going to need it for the first round, so you've got a moment to grab it if you like. But if you don't have it, that's absolutely fine. We can do it without as well. So the first round of our dancer's pose we're going to do without the belt or strap. We're going to lift on up through the arms. We're going to drop our right hand down towards the floor. We're going to lift our right leg up, balancing on our left leg. I'm going to reach through and grab the big toe side, ideally, of our foot. So if you looked at what I did, I have real trouble just grabbing the inside of my foot. So I grab the outside of my foot and work my hand around to the inside. That's absolutely fine. Beautiful. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. This may be enough for you. If you want a little bit more, you can kick into that hand, coming into a little back bend here. And we're going to tilt forward a little bit as well, if that's an option. Taking another couple of breaths here. That's it. Keep breathing. One more breath. Coming on up and slowly releasing. Take a little roll through on the way. Give your ankle a little bit of a roll out. We are going to come on to the other side. Beautiful little shoulder roll if that feels good. Inhale, lifting on up, releasing, left hand down, we come onto the second side. So grabbing, ideally the inside of your foot, work your hand around to the inside if you need, absolutely fine. Take another breath or 2 here and slowly kick into that hand, taking your little back bend, a little tilt forward if that's an option for you. That's it. 1 more breath. Inhale, lifting on up and releasing. Take a little roll out through the shoulders if that's an option for you. For our second round, you can stay with that same variation if you would like, or if you're feeling like you want something a little bit more, feel free to grab your strap. Now with your strap, this is just the strap I use for my yoga mat, so nothing fancy. What we're going to do, take a little roll through the shoulders. We're going to keep our hands down by our side to start off with here. Lifting our right foot up, hooking that right foot into the strap. So I'm balancing here. The strap is in my right hand. So from here, I'm going to tilt on up. I'm going to bring my hand around so my thumb points upwards. I'm going to bring my hand around, all the way around. If you've got the space, that is, you can reach on up over your head and grab the strap behind your head like so. It's going to add to that little back bend feeling and sensation. So come on in when you're ready and hold here for about 4 or 5 breaths. Really opening up through the front of your body. Keep breathing. And then slowly release the same way we came in. Beautiful. Release that there. Take a little shake out through the legs. Nice work. So we're going to come on to the second side. This is the last of our crazy poses today. Awesome. So Bringing left foot into the strap. So find your balance. Left foot in. Bring it on around. Left thumb comes up towards the ceiling. Tilts around. Bring the shoulder on up. It does take a little bit of shoulder stability as well. So bring it up overhead. A little bit of shoulder strength here. Open up and hold. Keep breathing. And slowly start to release. So release the right hand off the strap, coming out the same way you came in, nice and gentle. Try not to slingshot it, just to protect your spine here. Beautiful. Take a little shake out through the legs. Inhale, lifting on up, and then exhale, folding. Beautiful. Take it nice and gently. Halfway lift. And fold, stepping it on back. Beautiful. Coming to all fours, maybe a little rounded cat-cow. A child's pose might feel nice. Beautiful, so find whatever feels good for you right here. And when you're ready, coming on up to all fours again, we're going to bring our elbows down to the floor. A little bit of a funky inversion today. I know I said that was the last of our funky poses, but I did get it slightly wrong. I forgot this last pose that I planned. So, we're going to bring our hands, clasp our fingers together here. So your hands are on the floor. Elbows are going to come out sort of about shoulder width apart. We're going to do a little bit of our headstand prep here. So elbows are on the floor here. We're going to bring our head down, the crown of our head down into that crook of our hand. So our index fingers and thumbs can cradle the back of our head. You can walk your knees a little bit closer if you need. And from here, we're going to tuck up into a short down dog. So your head is in contact with the floor, but you're using your elbows, your hands, and the strength in your shoulders to prevent any pressure being put down through your neck. So make sure your shoulders are engaged here. Your shoulders and arms and elbows are taking the weight here, not your head. So be very mindful of that, please. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can stay in your child's pose, please. So tucking on up. Working through your shoulders to prevent any pressure through your neck. So if you want here, you can lift one leg at a time up into a little inversion. Keep working through your shoulders. It is a little bit tough. You can change legs if you like, taking both sides. Couple more breaths here. Come on down to this down dog if that's feeling okay. Come on down when you need to. I know for me, that really works really hard through my shoulders. So take a little break for a moment if you would like. You can come up into another round if you would like. Shoulders are working. Lift one leg at a time. Hold for a few seconds perhaps. Changing the legs perhaps. And releasing. Awesome. When you're ready, we're going to come on down to our back. Slowly releasing down to the floor. Give the knees a hug in towards the chest if that feels good. Release the feet to the floor and dropping it on over to one, dropping the knees to one side, that is, taking a little supine twist here. Bringing it back up, dropping it down to the other side. Coming back to center and stretching the legs out nice and long. If there's any poses that you feel you need before we finish our class, please feel free to take those now, or you can join me down in Shavasana. And coming on out when you're ready.